Okay, so continuing on in my layout of the side piece, in order to lay out this curve, we're looking at each point where the curve of this side intersects with a vertical on our grid. Okay, so what I usually look for first is any place where it hits dead on right in the intersection of a vertical and a horizontal. And I see one right here, which is at vertical 10 and horizontal 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so vertical 10, horizontal 4, right there. That's a point that intersects our sides. So in between this point here and this point here, right, we have, we can fill that in pretty easily. So at vertical 15, it looks like it hits just above that corner point, and it kind of cuts off a little triangle right here. So I could just draw a little line like this, right, making a little triangle here, and I've got a point that makes some sense, so I can just draw that in. At vertical 14, I'm a little above half. At 13, it looks like I'm right at the half. At 12, I'm a little below half, and 11 is even lower. So 13 is right about half, so let's put one in the halfway spot, kind of like that. And this one is above the half, this one is below the half by a little bit, and this one is just a tiny bit above the line. Now I can probably sketch through those dots and make kind of a nice curve. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now I've only got to get from 10 down to the 0 line. So let's just get from 10 to 5. So 5 looks like if you divide this box, vertical 5, in half, it looks like the side intersects a little bit above the 3/4 mark. So at 5, I'm going to get myself located in between H3, horizontal 3, and horizontal 4. So here's horizontal 3, here's horizontal 4. I'm going to divide that in half, and then I'm going to divide between the halfway point and horizontal 4 in half. And it seems like if you do that here, it might be just above. So I'm going to put the line very close to that. I'm going to put a dot very close to that line, but just above. And then it seems like this goes going to 6, it's just a little bit higher than that. Going to 7, a little higher than that. 8, it's getting higher and higher till it's almost touching, right? So I can just kind of sketch through this, getting to this point. All right, not too bad. So now let's look at H4, let's look at vertical line 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at 1. It just cuts off that little corner in just the very same way that 15 cut off this little corner. So let's see, that is above H3, and I'm just going to cut off that tiny, tiny little triangle corner there. And then that's vertical line 1, right at H3, we're cutting off that little tiny corner. At vertical line 2, it looks like it's a little below the half, and at vertical line 3, it's a little above the half. So let's do this. Between 2 and 3, let's draw a line straight across, dividing this into 2 parts, 2 halves, and then we'll put a little dot just below and a little dot just above. Then at 4, it looks like we're closer to 3/4 here, right? So look what we can do now. Now we've got one side with a pretty good curve, and you can, sketch through that best you can, and then you can always go back and improve using your eraser, kind of taking off any parts that maybe got fatter or have are a little bumpy. until you have a curved line that you like. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So I'm going to leave it at that.